It's WCCS, AM 1160, 101.1 FM. She's Karen Salser.
I know nothing about mowing, but I do know about the arts.
All right,
we all have our thing.
Indiana Arts Council. You're very passionate about the arts, aren't you?
I am. I always have been, even since I was little. I was just always very active and involved in the arts and love them.
What is it about the arts that really gets your motor running?
Well, I think for me, it's just a sense of being able to create. And I think that as humans, that's something that we're really inherently designed with. And, some people are more gifted than others, perhaps, but we all have an appreciation or some kind of desire to create something. And that was just always instilled in me from when I was really little, both from a visual arts and creating things in art class to playing music and... Yeah.
The arts are a very social thing, too, aren't they? They really can bring a community together and
absolutely
enhance community life.
Right. And that's something that I didn't really give a whole lot of thought to until I was older, and especially once I became active with the Indiana Arts Council. I think when we think of the arts, we do tend to think very inherently within ourselves. How does it enhance our quality of life? But we don't really give a lot of thought to how do the arts enhance our community. And the reality is it's extremely important in communities today. And I feel like the more that we can invest in the arts, the more vibrant our community can be, the more attractive it can be in bringing people to the area.
Mm-hmm. And it enhances you as a person. It enriches you. But there is also a practical aspect to it, too. The arts can be a real economic driver.
Absolutely. And that was something that I was really excited about when I became involved in the Arts Council, was to see the many ways in which the programs that were implemented enhanced that piece of it in our town as well. Things like the Jazz and Blues Festival that goes on in May, or the arts exhibit in the mall. Merchants always talk about how they see an increase in their revenue or an increase of presence in those areas because it does bring people together and really helps them out in the financial way.
So the Indiana Arts Council is having its membership campaign right now.
It is.
And obviously you would love for folks to join you in this pursuit, in this passion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The Arts Council exists for this reason, to not only promote the arts within what we can do on a personal level, but also within the community and within helping our economy. Our mission is to foster that awareness and creation and the appreciation of the arts through sponsorship and promotion of our arts programs and activities. So we really try to do a lot of things within the community to get people engaged in the arts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Some of those programs, you have programs for the young and the old and everything in between, too.
Absolutely. Mm. And just to kind of encapsulate what we've done even within just the past year, we've had a children's concert at IUP. We've done that for 7 years now. Elementary students from across the county are invited to come and enjoy a concert by the IUP Orchestra at Fisher Auditorium, and it's a great way to expose children to a live orchestral performance, many of whom may never have that opportunity. And to date, we have probably close to 7,000 children who have participated in that,
wow, which
is really far-reaching. Mm-hmm. We also have the Youth Arts Celebration, which many know about, but may not necessarily know that that's a IAC-sponsored event. But that's a week-long event at the Indiana Mall at the end of April, where we've had up to 22 county schools participate, where art teachers select artwork to be displayed in the mall. We had close to 1,000 projects that were on display this past spring.
Wow.
This was our 10th year for doing that. And on average, there's approximately 800 to 1,000 pieces. So if you do the math, that's an awful lot of artwork that's been on display. And over the years, we've also tried to highlight additional art forms such as dance, music, theatrics, and really try to celebrate what our K-12 students do across the county.
Yeah, yeah. And those are visual arts.
Right.
In a way, music is a visual art because you see the music being performed.
That's
but
correct.
you also you do competitions for young artists as well.
We do. It's a biannual event. It's a competition for young musicians. It's for students that are in grades 7 to 12 who study privately in the strings, in piano and voice. And they get to perform in front of a panel of judges it's comprised of professional musicians and music educators who then evaluate their performance, offer them very helpful critique that I know for myself as a musician when I was young, those comments that I would receive at things like this were invaluable in helping me to grow as a musician. Mm-hmm. And then we also offer scholarships to the students in order to help encourage them to continue in their private studies that they can use for lessons, materials for their lessons, that kind of thing.
I note that you've never brought an instrument in and played it for us on the air.
I have
just
not.
Saying, Karen Salser.
I'm not really sure you want me to.
It's
been a while. I have to admit, much to my parents' chagrin.
But it is music is something that draws everybody in, either as somebody listening to it or somebody who's benefiting from the performance of it. And,
absolutely.
And when you have competitions such as that, it gives the kids a chance to, maybe they're not on the football field on Friday night or zipping down the basketball floor on some winter evening. But this gives them a chance to sort of get their competitive juices flowing along with their artistic juices.
Absolutely. And then the nice thing is it's highlighted at the end by all of them being able to participate in a recital, which is open to the public. So then not only do they have that private audition process where it's a wonderful experience for if they're going to continue on and need to audition for colleges and the like, but also then they have the opportunity to perform in front of a group of people where sometimes when you're studying privately, you just don't always have that opportunity to perform in a solo way in front of an audience.
Yeah, I remember last year how exciting everything was when Indiana High trombone section beat Franklin Regional. It was just amazing.
Yes.
Way to go, India. We mentioned for the young and for really all ages, one of your bellwether events is the West Sylvania Jazz and Blues Festival, the Delaney
That's
Chevrolet
correct.
West Sylvania. That's every spring.
It is. It's Memorial Day weekend on Saturday. There's planning is starting to take place for our 5th annual event, where there's some discussion about maybe extending it and making it a couple-day event. And they bring in the planning committee. They bring in musicians from not only local musicians to be able to highlight those who enjoy jazz and blues and performing that locally, but on a national level. We've had some stellar performances over the years of people coming in.
Yeah, amazing.
And it's a free festival.
Those are just some of the events in which they have their finger, the Indiana Arts Council. So we began the segment by asking the arts, who needs it? Who needs the Indiana Arts Council? And the answer is practically everybody.
That's right.
So you would love to have somebody join up. How do people do that?
We sure would. If anyone is interested in finding out more information, we have a website, which is very easy to remember, Indiana Arts Council. There is an S after art, indianaartscouncil.org. And if you go to the tab called Donate and then come down, you'll see membership. There's information there. And our members do receive a few perks that's listed on the website if you'd like to learn more. There's also an ability to be a sponsor. So if you have a business or if you're individually would like to sponsor an event or sponsor the Arts Council in general, there's an opportunity to do that on the drop down as well. Mm-hmm. And there's also the old-fashioned way of giving us a call. Our phone number is on the website or an email. And let us know how you would like to connect with us. I'd love to be able to meet with people, even if you aren't able to financially support the Arts Council right now. We are also looking for members who are interested in just really getting involved and offering suggestions and being willing to lend a hand for some of these events.
Sure. When you do so many different things, it might take a strong back once in a while.
Absolutely. Carrying those display panels into the mall takes a little time.
See? That's just one of many activities one could be involved in.
Absolutely.
All right. So at school, what are you working on in the arts in the schools?
Well, I just met with Joe Bonnick, who is one of our board board members now, and he replaced Stanley Chapitis. He's a professor at IUP. He didn't replace him at IUP. He replaced him on our board. But he is now taking over the children's concert, which we typically do in the fall.
Do you? That's what I was wondering.
Yes, it's usually in October, November, and now we're looking to do something more in the spring, maybe tying it in with our youth arts celebration to, again, just really celebrate all aspects of the art. Joe is very passionate about opera and trying to educate today's youth on the beauty of it. And so he's come up with some creative ways in which to do that. And so we're looking at maybe pursuing doing something a little different this year.
Very good. Karen Salser, thanks so much for visiting with us. IndianaArtsCouncil.org, correct?
That's correct.
All right. Go to that website, folks. Their membership campaign is going on right now.
That's right. Thank
you. Have a lovely day today.
You as well.
It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. It's WCCS at AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. Fox News is up at the top of this hour. Robin Gorman will be joining us to talk about IACT and their plans for next weekend. And that'll be following the news at 8 o'clock, just moments from now. Josh Woodison in the newsroom. Jack Benedict will be by with a look at sports.